Here's a quick video to help us to understand the concept of limits when we're looking at a graph. It's going to help us understand what we're doing in this unit. So we have this graph here, and we can see we're going to talk about three different points. We're going to talk about when x is at a -4, when x is 1, and when x is 6. And we'll talk about the limit at each of these 3 points. Because you can see that there's some issues at all three. That's how I'll say it at first. So let's start with -4. And we'll go in order here and answer the questions. First, you can see the function is undefined at -4. See that there's a hole there. So we don't know at when x is -4 what y is because there's a hole. However, from the left, that's what this means right here. It says the limit is f of x as x approaches -4, and then see how the little raised negative, that means from the left. So from the left, this approaches 2, and from the right, see from the right it also approaches 2. That means we do have a limit of -4. The limit of as x approaches -4, the limit of this function is 2. So that's pretty much what we're doing here. If the limit from the left is equal to the limit from the right, then we have a limit. Let's look when x approaches 1. Let's say it like that. So first of all, this function is defined at 1 because you can see it's open here, but it is closed here. So the function, if you were just asked to find f of 1, that would be 4. The function does exist at 4. But does it have a limit? Well, let's go through it again. This time as x approaches 1 from the left, it approaches 4, but from the right, it approaches -2. So then we would say the limit as x approaches 1 is undefined, or we'd say does not exist. And then finally at 6, so this is kind of a combination of the last two, this function does exist at 6. It's not up here, it's right here. So f of 6 is equal to 2. The limit as x approaches 6 from the left is 5, and from the right is 5. So this limit does exist. The limit as x approaches 6, the limit of this function is 5. It's a little bit weird, even though the function is not 5. When x is 6, the function is actually 2, but the limit is 5 because it's approaching 5 from the left and right. Here are the answers. I'll just put it up here for a minute. So if you want to see them written out in words, you can see the answers right here. I'll just leave it here for a minute.